today, being rich is often equated with tons and hours of effort. The assumption is straightforward. Those who have more must have worked harder than those who have less. And while it is true that perseverance and dedication play huge roles in financial achievement, this assumption cancels out the most important thing of acquiring knowledge and putting it to good use. People do not just brute force their way into financial security, you know? There is clearly a primary difference between the rich and the poor, but it is not in the number of hours they work, but in the way they think about money, opportunity, and life itself. Wealth, at its core, is built upon mental frameworks, strategies of thought that shape decisions, priorities, and habits. The rich and the poor operate within different platforms and situations, and these situations determine their financial destinies. Welcome to Luxo-Life, and today we will be looking at the hidden reasons the rich get richer. It starts in the mind. The following are 10 key distinctions in mindset that explain how and why the wealthy continue to expand their fortunes, while others remain trapped in cycles of limitation. 10. Thinking like a boss versus behaving like an employee. The most fundamental difference lies in how individuals view the relationship between time and money. Those who struggle financially often think in terms of hours. They exchange their time for a paycheck, and their earning potential is capped by the number of hours in a day. The wealthy, on the other hand, think in terms of equity. Rather than working within someone else's system, they build their own. They purchase companies or create businesses that continue to generate returns long after they themselves have stopped working. This mindset values control over security. While an employee relies on the stability of wages, the wealthy prioritize ownership, even if it involves risk. By acquiring assets, whether a business, intellectual property, or real estate, they set money in motion around the clock. Wealth begins to grow exponentially when one stops trading time for money and instead builds systems where money works independently. 9. Working smarter versus working harder. Another critical distinction lies in the use of leverage. Those with fewer resources often rely solely on their physical labor. They believe success requires working harder, longer hours, more overtime, and greater sacrifice. The wealthy, however, recognize that wealth grows not from labor alone, but from leverage. Leverage takes many forms: financial capital, technology, systems, and people. Entrepreneurs employ teams, automate processes, and use tools that multiply outcomes. Instead of micromanaging every task, they delegate to others who specialize. They also understand that debt and technology are not inherently threats, but potential multipliers of wealth when managed intelligently. In the wealth paradigm, money is not a reward for hours worked. It is the result of effective leverage. Those who grow rich look for ways to maximize output with minimal effort, preferring to own the lever rather than push it. 8. Playing with taxes versus worrying about them. For many, taxes are an unavoidable burden. Salaried employees often accept deductions as a given, with little thought beyond compliance. The wealthy, however, view tax codes not as restrictions, but as blueprints. Through tools such as trusts, limited liability companies, and strategic deductions, the rich minimize obligations legally and effectively. They approach every investment and financial decision with an after-tax return on investment mindset, recognizing that the real measure of wealth is what remains after taxes, not gross income. The difference lies not in evasion, but in education. The wealthy employ advisors, accountants, and legal experts to ensure that they pay only what is required, never more. In contrast, those without this mindset carry the weight of taxation without exploring strategies to reduce it. This difference, repeated year after year, compounds into a significant financial divide. 7. Cash flow versus salary. Another subtle yet transformative difference is found in how income is defined. Many celebrate salary increases as markers of success. A higher paycheck is seen as the ultimate goal. Yet the wealthy do not prioritize salaries. They prioritize cash flow. Rather than relying on active income, the wealthy invest in assets that generate ongoing returns. Rental properties, royalties, dividends, and ownership stakes provide passive income streams. To them, earning $10,000 a month passively is preferable to $20,000 actively because passive income provides both wealth and freedom. Cash flow offers stability, flexibility, and long-term security. Salaries, no matter how high, disappear when work stops. In contrast, passive cash flow continues indefinitely, creating the conditions for true financial independence. 6. Consuming knowledge versus consuming entertainment. Time allocation reflects values. For those struggling financially, free time is often filled with entertainment, television, social media, or distractions that provide immediate pleasure but little long-term return. The wealthy, however, treat knowledge as an investment. They consume information strategically, prioritizing books, mentors, advisors, and networks. Many pay significant sums for access to private insights, seminars, or masterminds, knowing that a single piece of insider knowledge can outweigh years of conventional work. The right information can unlock opportunities that labor alone cannot. The wealthy treat learning not as a phase, but as a lifelong practice. This dedication to knowledge accumulation explains why their strategies remain effective even as the world changes. 5. Viewing debt as a weapon versus a trap. For many, debt symbolizes danger. It represents financial burdens and obligations that must be avoided. This fear often prevents individuals from pursuing opportunities that require borrowing. The wealthy, however, view debt differently. To them, debt is a tool, a weapon that, when wielded wisely, accelerates wealth creation. They borrow at low interest rates to acquire appreciating assets, multiplying their capital. For instance, borrowing at 3% to invest in an asset yielding 12% creates a positive spread that builds wealth. The key is discipline and strategy. The wealthy do not borrow recklessly for consumption. They borrow purposefully for investment. They see banks not as adversaries, but as partners in expansion. This reframing of debt separates those who remain burdened by it from those who use it to amplify prosperity. 4. Quiet versus loud, obnoxious wealth. Perceptions of wealth often manifest in outward displays. Those striving to appear rich often purchase luxury goods, vehicles, and brands to signal success. The wealthy, however, often adopt a quieter approach. True wealth often hides behind legal entities, trusts, and corporations. Assets are shielded, not flaunted. Privacy becomes a form of protection, shielding them from lawsuits, unnecessary attention, or financial predators. Their names may not even appear on the titles of the assets they own. In this way, genuine wealth becomes invisible, while ostentatious displays often reveal financial fragility. The richest individuals understand that discretion preserves both security and sustainability. 3. Buying time versus buying toys. Another profound distinction lies in the allocation of resources. Those with limited wealth often purchase liabilities, cars, gadgets, or consumer goods that depreciate. These serve as symbols of status, but ultimately drain finances. The wealthy, instead, prioritize buying back time. They outsource errands, delegate chores, and automate distractions. To them, time is the scarcest resource. Money can be regained, but hours spent cannot be reclaimed. By purchasing services that free their time, they can focus on higher value pursuits, strategy, relationships, or rest. This mindset reflects a deeper understanding. Money without time has little value. The pursuit of wealth is meaningless if it consumes all freedom. The rich recognize that true prosperity lies in having both. 2. Value versus cost. Every purchase involves a decision between cost and value. Those with limited wealth often fixate on price. How much does it cost? The wealthy instead ask, what is the return on investment? This value-oriented mindset reframes spending. High-ticket mentors, advanced tools, or premium services may appear expensive, but if they produce disproportionate returns, they are worth far more than their cost. Conversely, inexpensive items that drain resources without return are avoided. The wealthy understand that every dollar can either diminish wealth or expand it. By prioritizing value over cost, they build frameworks where spending itself becomes a driver of prosperity. 1. Continuously learning versus stopping at school. Finally, education serves as the cornerstone of wealth. Many view graduation as the end point of learning. Once formal schooling ends, so does the pursuit of knowledge. The wealthy, however, treat learning as an asset class in itself. They invest heavily in continuous education, sometimes paying tens of thousands for access to masterminds, private coaching, or specialized training. They see knowledge not as a static achievement, but as a compounding investment. Every new skill or insight becomes a multiplier of opportunity. This relentless pursuit of growth ensures that the wealthy remain adaptable, innovative, and ahead of the curve. While others rely on outdated knowledge, the wealthy build futures upon ever-expanding intellectual capital. Conclusion: the rich are not merely rich because they work harder. They are rich because they think differently. Their wealth grows from strategies rooted in ownership, leverage, tax literacy, cash flow, lifelong learning, and above all, a deep respect for time. They know that real prosperity does not lie in material displays, but in freedom, control, and sustainability. Ultimately, the hidden reason the rich get richer is not found in their physical effort, but in their mental framework. They understand that money follows a mindset. By valuing equity over hours, leverage over labor, and knowledge over entertainment, they transform ordinary resources into extraordinary wealth. The true wealth of the rich begins not in their bank accounts, but in their minds. Did any of these points change your mind about how you are currently approaching life? Let us know in the comments below. And like always, if you like this video, do not forget to subscribe to Luxo-Life for more. Until next time.